Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallallahu alaihi. Makaranci kulhu Allahu kafa uku dukkan abin da za a yi a wannan wuri Allah ya tabbatar da alheri bakin da suka zo kuma Allah ya sa a koma gida lafiya. Wallahu ta'ala lam yalid wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Mai girma mataimakin shugaban kasa Allah ya biya bukata, Allah ya kare kai, kare mutuncinka. Mai girma gwamnan jihar Kaduna, irin waɗannan abubuwa na alheri da kake kawo ma jihar Kaduna, Allah ya taimake ka, ya biya maka dukkan bukatanka, Allah ya kare kai, kare mutuncinka. Allah ya zaunar da mu lafiya don albarkacin suratul falaki da nasi. Mu haɗa fata ga baki ɗaya abinda za mu karanta, Allah ya sa albarka, Allah ya sa kowa ya koma lafiya. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin, arrahmanir rahim, maliki yawmiddin, iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alaihim ghairil maghdubi alaihim waladdallin, amin. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban, rabbana taqabbal minna innaka antas samiul alim.
Holy Father, we're grateful to you for your mercies that have brought us here today. Thank you for our Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima. Thank you for His Excellency, our Governor, the all-inclusive leader, Senator Ubasani. We're grateful to you for this groundbreaking ceremony that we're having today. We commit it into your hands, asking that you will take preeminence. According to your word that says that the hand of Zerubbabel has started it and it will finish it. We ask, O Lord, that your hand will be with us from the very beginning of this project and bring it onto speedy completion in the mighty name of Jesus. Father, we're grateful to you for this day that you have made. Kaduna State is rejoicing, the northern Nigeria is rejoicing, and the whole of this country is rejoicing because of these great things that you have started. Thank you, Father, for hearing our national prayers. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Amen. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the former Vice President, Architect Muhammad Namadisambo, GCON, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Dr. Ubasani, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabua Balarabe, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abakar Kari, OON, Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy represented here, Honorable Minister of Environment, Malam Balarabe Abbas Lawal, Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Owan Eno, Honorable Minister of Livestock Development, represented, serving the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshina, serving and former senators and members of the National Assembly here present, the Chief of Staff, Kaduna State Government House, Malam Sani Kela, the Honorable Commissioner of Agriculture, Malam Murtala Dabo, and other members of the State Executive Council here present, the National Program Coordinator of SAPZ, Dr. Kabir Yusuf, and other heads of agencies of the federal government and program coordinators that are here present, His Highness, the Emir of Zazzau, and the Chairman of the Kaduna State Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs, Ambassador Dr. Ahmad Nuhu Bamali, CFR, development partners, traditional and religious leaders, senior government officials that are here present, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press. It is my esteemed honor to welcome each and every one of you to this very important event. We're here to witness the groundbreaking of SAPZ Agro Industrial Hub. And may I invite for the welcome address the Honorable Commissioner of Agriculture of Kaduna State, Honorable Murtala Dabu. Please let us give him a round of applause. Let us give him a round of applause.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, my boss, Your Excellency, the former Vice President, Architect Mohammed Namadi Sambo, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Malam Ubasani, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Dr. Hadiza Balarabe, the President of African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, members of the Federal Executive Council here present, members of the State Executive Council here present, the Deputy Speaker, Kaduna State House of Assembly, Chief of Staff, Your Royal Highness, the Chairman of Kaduna State Council of Traditional Rulers, Your Highness, Ambassador Dr. Ahmad Nuhu Bamali, and other traditional rulers here present, other development partners, our invitees, let me beg to stand on existing protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, this is no ordinary event. We are today laying the foundation for what promises to be one of the most transformative agro-industrial investments in the history of our state. We are humbled and deeply blessed by the presence of His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, leading this milestone occasion. Your Excellency, your presence today is a strong affirmation of the President Tinubu administration's unflinching commitment to economic diversification and agricultural transformation. We are also honored by the presence of Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, CON, President of the African Development Bank, and a globally respected voice in agricultural development. Dr. Adesina, your passion for food security, rural transformation, and agribusiness has inspired many of us in public service. Your support for the SAPZ initiative has been visionary and catalytic, and Kaduna State remains proud to be one of the early beneficiaries of your leadership. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the SAPZ project is a bold and deliberate strategy to move agriculture in Kaduna State from a way of life to a business. It reflects the current administration's deep belief that agriculture must become the engine of industrial growth and rural prosperity and inclusive development. The SAPZ project takes us into a new frontier connecting agricultural production to agro-processing, storage, logistics, and exports. Through this initiative, Kaduna State will become a hub for value-added agribusiness, attracting private sector investments, improving farmer incomes, reducing post-harvest losses, and creating thousands of decent jobs, especially for women and youth. The strategic location of Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone in Kaduna State is a game changer for agro-industrial competitiveness, situating the hub in close proximity to major raw material sources such as maize, soybeans, ginger, and tomatoes, where Kaduna is leading. Kaduna State is leveraging its comparative advantage as Nigeria's leading producer of several of these key crops. This geographical alignment significantly reduces the cost of production for industries by cutting down transportation time, lowering logistics expenses, and minimizing post-harvest losses. With raw materials readily available at the doorstep of processors, value chains become more efficient, profit margins improve, and the entire agro-industrial ecosystem becomes more attractive to investors, both domestic and international. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, we are here to lay a foundation for building a great future for our state and people, a future where Kaduna State becomes the food basket and agro-industrial heart of Nigeria, a future where farmers are no longer at the bottom of the value chain, but become empowered players in a globally competitive agribusiness economy. Once again, I thank you all for honoring our invitation. I welcome you warmly and look forward to a successful event and continued collaboration with all our partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Commissioner of Agriculture. Please let us give him a round of applause. Let us give him a round of applause. And Your Excellencies, may I respectfully invite for a goodwill message His Highness the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmad Nuba Mali, Chairman of the Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs of Kaduna State. Please let us welcome His Highness with a very big round of applause. Let us welcome His Highness with a round of applause.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, the former Vice President, Architect Namaji Sambo, GCON, and Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ubasani, Honorable Ministers, Deputy Governor, other eminent personalities seated here. And also let me especially recognize the Ezuchukun, my colleague, and other distinguished personalities here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, we're indeed very grateful for your presence here in Kaduna State. This is one of the many visits you have made to Kaduna State, Your Excellency, and we're very grateful, for your coming today. Equally, the president of African Development Bank, we're equally also very grateful, for choosing Kaduna State, to partner with us, to get these things, done. On behalf of the people and government of Kaduna State, we express our profound appreciation and gratitude, to all of you for being here. And I would also like to take this opportunity to say thank you, to our governor for always coming up with very important projects, especially, projects, pertaining to food security. So thank you, and we appreciate this, project, and we look forward, to benefiting, from what is coming out of it. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. And thank you, Excellencies. Assalamu alaikum.
Ran sarki ya daɗe a ma sarki lafiya. Your Excellencies, it is now my pleasure to invite for a special remark the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security and the head of SAPZ Executing Agency, Senator Abubakar Kyari, CON. Please let us give him a round of applause.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, Senator Ubasani, Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Namadi Sambo, GCON, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Hajia Sabo Balarabe, the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshina, OON, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja, my colleagues, the Honorable Ministers of Environment, Alhaji Balarabe Abbas Lawal, the Honorable Minister of State, Trade and Industry, Senator John Owen Eno, the Vice President of the African Development Bank and other members of the African Development Bank management team, and also that of other development partners, notably the Islamic Development Bank and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, Your Royal Highness, the Emir of Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, CFR, the Speaker and members of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, members of the Kaduna State Federal State Executive Council, Your Excellency, permit me from this point forward to stand on the existing protocol. It is my pleasure to address you today on the groundbreaking ceremony of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones, SAPZ, in Kaduna State. This program is set to transform the way we approach agriculture and agro-industrial development in Nigeria under the renewed hope of our dear President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. The development of the SAPZ program by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security in strategic partnership with the state governments, relevant ministries, departments and agencies, the private sectors, and with major support from the African Development Bank, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, and the Islamic Development Bank will be a game changer in the history of Nigerian agriculture. The SAPZ is a dedicated agro-processing area within major food production clusters equipped with desirable, ultra-modern infrastructure to attract private sector investments into modern agricultural processing of locally produced crops, livestock, and other related agribusiness activities. The program is designed to commence with 8 locations of Kaduna, Kano, Cross River, Kwara, Oyo, Ogun, and Imo states, and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, in the first phase. The final process to onboard additional states for the second phase of the program is almost completed. This and many more will strengthen the Nigeria agribusiness ecosystem to respond more effectively and efficiently to the challenges of our time. Your Excellency, I would like to sincerely appreciate and express the Ministry's gratitude to His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, for his purposeful leadership and political backing in the implementation of the SAPZ program in Nigeria. I also extend my gratitude to the frontrunner governor, His Excellency Senator Uba Sani, for his great commitment and doggedness in making Kaduna State a trailblazer and a model for other states in the implementation of the SAPZ program. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security is grateful for your tremendous support in supporting its food security mandate. And we're happy and pleased to see the President of the African Development Bank with his dear wife in our midst in this epoch-making occasion. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this groundbreaking event today for the Kaduna SAPZ signals a new dawn in agricultural investment activities in Nigeria. The SAPZ program is not merely an agricultural initiative, it is a catalyst for economic growth and import substitution. As we invest in agro-processing development, we are investing in the future of our communities. The success of the SAPZ is rooted in the partnerships we have forged, the partnership between the federal government, state governments, and international financial institutions like the African Development Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, and IFAD is a testament of the shared commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in advancing agricultural sector. Together, we are pooling resources, expertise, and innovation to create a sustainable agro-industrial ecosystem that benefits all. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, together we can transform Nigeria's agricultural landscape into one that is prosperous, sustainable, and resilient. Together, we can cultivate a brighter future for our agricultural sector, empower our farmers, and uplift our communities. Thank you all, and may the Almighty God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please let us give a very big round of applause to the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security. Please let us give him a very big round of applause. Your Excellencies, for the next Goodwill message, for the next special remark, may I invite the Honorable Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, who is here, ably represented by Mr. Raymond Omachi, Permanent Secretary, Finance Special Duties. Please let us give him a round of applause. Let us give him a round of applause.
Excellency, Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kazim Shettima GCON, Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Namadi Sambo GCON, our host, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabao Balarabe, Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, and members of the Federal Executive Council present here, honorable members of Kaduna State Executive Council, Your Royal Highness, Emir of, our Royal Father, Emir of Observer, Ambassador Nuhu Bamali, other Royal Fathers present, our distinguished Dr. Akwemi Adesina, the President of African Development Bank, whose vision has brought us here today. Permit me at this point to align myself with the already well-established protocol. I am standing here to represent the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, who would have loved to be here, but could not make it due to other prior official engagement. He asked me to present these remarks, so for want of time, I'll quickly present the remarks. It is a distinguished honor to join you this afternoon for the official launch and groundbreaking of Kaduna State Agro-Industrial Hub under the African Development Bank Visionary Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone, SAPZ. This project, whose first phase was approved about 5 years ago, stands today as a testament to the power of long-term vision, steadfast partnership, and unwavering commitment to national development. I extend sincere appreciation to the African Development Bank under the leadership of Dr. Akinwumi Adesina for his enduring support to Nigeria and for championing this transformative initiative. We also acknowledge with gratitude the Islamic Development Bank, the International Fund for Agriculture, IFAD, and other esteemed financing partners who have joined hands with the AfDB to make this project possible. Their collaboration reflects a growing consensus within the international community that agricultural industrialization is central to Africa's economic resurgence. The SAPZ program is not just a developmental intervention, it is a strategic instrument for inclusive growth, rural transformation, and agricultural industrialization. As we launch this hub here in Kaduna today, we celebrate the significant milestone. The state, through the determined leadership of Governor Obasani, has embraced the challenge of agricultural transformation and demonstrated what is possible when vision meets execution. This project is not merely about infrastructure or investment. It is about unlocking value from farm to market, from production to processing, and ultimately from potential to prosperity. It will reduce post-harvest losses, attract private sector investment, expand rural employment, and help build more resilient agricultural value chains. Moreover, it is also aligned with the federal government's strategic objective under the Renew Hope agenda, particularly our goals of ensuring food security, achieving economic diversification, and creating jobs at a scale. We particularly welcome the import substitution potential of the SAPZ. By adding value locally and strengthening agricultural capacity, we are taking bold steps to reduce our dependence on food import, conserve foreign exchange, reinforce national self-reliance. At the same time, this program will boost investors' confidence and improve the enabling environment for agribusiness in this country. I am pleased to announce that the Special Agricultural Processing Zone program has now been designated as a presidential priority program. This designation reflects the strategic importance we attach to the initiative and signal the federal government's highest level of commitment. Accordingly, we call on the private sector, the financial services industry, institutions, and the subnational actors to rally behind the program. Only through collective effort can we find the full potential of this initiative. Looking ahead, I'm pleased to note that phase 2 of the SAPZ program is expected to be approved by the board of the African Development Bank in the next few weeks. This phase will extend the benefit of SAPZ to as many as a dozen additional states, further expanding the network of transformation across the Federation. That said, we are mindful that the effective delivery of phase 2 must be informed by the experience of the lesson we learned in the first phase. We are therefore committed as a government to ensuring that lessons learned are captured, institutionalized, and deployed to enhance coordination, improve execution, and deepen results on the ground. A federal government remains firmly committed to the full realization of APZ vision. We continue to provide policy clarity, fiscal support, and the convening power of leadership to mobilize all stakeholders, both federal, state, and development partners and private sector towards a common goal. To the people of Kaduna State, and indeed all Nigerians, this is your project. It belongs to you. It is designed to create jobs, raise income, improve systems, and ultimately transform lives. Let us work together to ensure success. Thank you, and may God bless Kaduna State Government and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Please let me appreciate the Honorable Minister of Finance, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Special Duties. Your Excellencies, it is now time to invite for a special remark true son of our motherland, a former minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, whose commitment and hard work took him to the African Development Bank, and today we can say that every part of Nigeria and every Nigerian is proud of the accomplishments of Dr. Akinwumi Adesina. Please let us welcome him with a round of applause. Let us give him a round of applause, please.
Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, Your Excellency, Architect Namadi Sambo, GCON, former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and my boss, Your Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Dr. Uba Sani, and my dear brother, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabua Balarabe, my dear sister, the Honorable Minister of Finance, Chief Adebayo Olowale Edum, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, the Honorable Minister of Environment, Malam Balarabe Lawal Abbas, my brother, Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Honorable Minister of State for Industry, Senator Owen Eno, distinguished senators, members of the National Assembly, Your Royal Highness, in particular the Emir of Zazu, His Royal Highness Ambassador Ahmed Bamalili, the other members of the government. I'm here with my dear wife, Grace, Yemisi, senior delegations from the international organizations, the African Development Bank, the International Fund for Agricultural Development, the Islamic Development Bank, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Bakan Kuda Zua. I am delighted to be here today for this landmark groundbreaking ceremony for the development of the special agro-industrial processing zones in Kaduna State. I wish to congratulate you, Your Excellency, Governor Uba Sani, from your incredible leadership, vision, dedication, and tenacity that have led to this historic groundbreaking for the development of the special agro-industrial processing zone in Kaduna. Please put your hand together for his governor. Your Excellency, Governor Uba Sani, I must tell you straight up, you are a great governor for Kaduna State. Your passion for agriculture is impressive. I learned that when you became governor, you increased the share of the state budget allocated to agriculture to 10%, and that it has risen from 1.4 billion naira to 74 billion naira. Well done. The fastest way to develop your vast state so rich in agricultural potential is via agricultural transformation. It will transform your rural economies, create jobs, expand your fiscal space, and make Kaduna State critical for feeding Nigeria. You get it, Governor Uba Sani. Congratulations. I wish to commend the federal government of Nigeria under His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the strategic partnership with the African Development Bank, but of course other partners, the International Fund for Agricultural Development and Islamic Development Bank and other partners on this work. I commend His Excellency Vice President Kashim Shettima for representing the President here today. As an agricultural economist yourself, Your Excellency, I know that this occasion is special for you. Thank you, Your Excellency, Vice President, for your personal commitment, drive for these special agro-industrial processing zones. You had and chaired many meetings. You coordinate so many organizations together. You showed incredible leadership on the global stage because you were even with me at the World Food Prize in Des Moines, Iowa, in the United States, where you continue to champion this initiative globally. Today, I must salute you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you. Without your leadership and tenacity, we wouldn't be here. I wish to thank His Honorable Minister for Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy and the Governor of the African Development Bank, Mr. Wale Edun, for his huge support that made possible the signing of the subsidiary loan agreements with the state governments. I would like to thank the Honorable Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Minister of Livestock, the Honorable Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, and the Honorable Minister of Environment for their collective collaboration and support. I am delighted that the development of the special agro-industrial processing zones in Nigeria is now a reality. Finally, I said finally, under the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I said finally because this was an idea that we had, that I championed, and my boss is here, and we worked so hard, Vice President Amadi Sambo, when I was Minister of Agriculture in Nigeria. And he helped me a lot, Vice President Namadi Sambo, to push this. At that time, it was called Staple Crops Processing Zones. I remember meeting with him and the rice revolution at the time across northern Nigeria, and the dramatic improvement in the production of food, generally across the entire nation. The challenge, however, was we were producing more than we could process. Food losses were high to the lack of appropriate storage and logistic infrastructure. And several agribusinesses were focused more on food imports based on processed foods, when in fact, they should be processing the food and agricultural commodities produced right here in Nigeria. Changing that trend required understanding the challenges across the agricultural value chains, from the farm to the table. At the heart of this is the lack of appropriate infrastructure to support food and agribusinesses to take advantage of the rapidly rising staple food crop production and to process and add value and deliver cheaper, processed, well-packaged food for consumers within Nigeria and across export markets. Many of the food and agribusinesses were located in the urban areas far from zones of production, simply importing raw materials, processing and sending processed imported commodities within the country. The result was the displacement of the emergence of dynamic food and agribusiness food processing and manufacturing industry in Nigeria that relies on agricultural commodities produced at home right here in Nigeria. This lack of stable industry-driven market offtake for farmers depresses farm prices and negatively affects incentives for farmers to use new technologies, including improved seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, and mechanization. When I worked with my team so hard to develop the staple crop processing zones with the idea of having them across the country, His Excellency Vice President Namadi Sambo, my boss, was here, and he understands the institutional inertia we had at the time from various places. And one of the things that we had at the time was that agriculture should just focus on agriculture, produce raw materials, and let the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment focus on industry. But agriculture is an industry, from the farm to the table. So that was an older approach. Agriculture spans the farm to the table, value chains and agro-industry that transforms and adds values to commodities. While we succeeded with the establishment of several large-scale rice mills across the country to take advantage of rice revolution at the time, the absence of these special economic zones fully dedicated to agro-industries limited the capacity and the ability to have platforms for scale and competitiveness. I was, of course, very disappointed that we were unable to get the staple crop processing zones implemented. Yet I knew that without these zones, Nigeria will not be able to have a competitive agricultural sector that will support the development of value chains to deliver cheap processed foods and commodities that can compete with imports. However, I never stopped dreaming that the day will come when Nigeria will have the staple crop processing zones to change the fortunes of farmers in this country, revive the rural areas, and turn Nigeria into an agricultural processing powerhouse. Well, thank God that day came. I was elected president of the African Development Bank in 2015. I immediately launched the Feed Africa strategy to expand Africa's capacity in food production and development of strong and competitive agricultural value chains. I immediately put at the core of this for the development of what's called the special agro-industrial processing zones, going beyond staple crops to include all agricultural commodities, from grains to root crops to tree crops, horticulture, fisheries, dairy, livestock, leather, and among others. That is why today, Your Excellencies, the African Development Bank has committed over $934 million for the development
of special agro-industrial processing zones in Africa. And we have mobilized an additional $938 million from partners, including the Islamic Development Bank and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. Currently, the special agro-industrial processing zones are under implementation in 27 sites in 11 countries: Côte d'Ivoire, Senegal, Guinea, Liberia, Madagascar, Togo, Ethiopia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Mozambique, and Mali. Now, 10 years later, the dream of the staple crop processing zone is alive back home right here in Nigeria. Finally, as special agro-industrial processing zone. What a great day for Nigeria. What a great day for the federal government of Nigeria. What a great day for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What a great day for the Minister of Agriculture of Nigeria. My brother Minister, honestly, it has taken 11 years to get here, but we are here. And I'm very proud of you that this is happening under your term as Honorable Minister. Thank you very much and well done. And I'm also delighted that the Minister of Industry is here. That shows the kind of collaboration that we should be having to move this forward. Your Excellencies, the first phase of this program is in 8 states: Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Ogun, Oyo, Kwara, Cross River, and Imo states, and the Federal Capital Territory. The total financing for this phase is $510 million. For this first phase, the African Development Bank is providing $200 million, with $50 million from the Africa Growing Together Fund from China, with co-financing of $100 million from the International Fund for Agricultural Development, $150 million from the Islamic Development Bank, and $60 million from the Green Climate Funds. It's expected that $1 billion of investment will be mobilized in these zones and create thousands of jobs. I'm delighted that all 5 states that have been funded by the African Development Bank have all signed, thanks to the support of the Minister of Coordinating Minister of the Economy, their subsidiary loans agreement. But today, we are witnessing the groundbreaking of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone from Kaduna State. From here, I will be going to launch the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones in Cross River State. I'm delighted to inform you, Mr. Vice President, that we will soon be launching, thanks for your support, the zones in Ogun, Oyo, and Imo states. The second phase of this program will be in 28 states. It is scheduled for presentation to the board of the African Development Bank very shortly. We have been able, I would like to say, Mr. Vice President, to mobilize $2.2 billion of investment interest to support the second phase across Nigeria. And that support is coming from the African Development Bank, Arise IIP, the Arab Bank for Economic Development in Africa, Africa Import-Export Bank, Sahara Farms, BPI France, Africa 50, and United States Development Finance Organization. Mr. Vice President, let me close my remarks today with joy in my heart, but also my eye on success. The success of the special agro-industrial processing zones across Nigeria will require 5 critical enablers. First, there is need for continued strong political will and commitment at the highest levels. I have no doubt that that is the case, because President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has designated this as a presidential initiative. And of course, I know that we have a Vice President Shetima, who is very passionate about agriculture, so I know this is in safe hands. Secondly, there must be continuity of government policies. Policy reversals with each administration presents uncertainty to investors. I'm happy today that we are doing the groundbreaking ceremony in Kaduna State, but that is because there was continuity. The engagements and commitments made by the former governor of the state, Governor El-Rufai, and when the new governor came in, my dear brother, Governor Uba Sani, he came with a passion, with a drive, with a commitment. He embraced it, he pushed it, and here we are today. Thank you to this dynamic governor that we are able to launch this effort today. All I want to say is a very simple fact. Kaduna's governor, I like how he's governing the state. No politics, no religion, just professionalism, focus on what needs to be done and get it done. I'm very proud of this governor. And that continuity should be an example for all other states. Third, there is need for cross-ministerial cooperation and collaboration for effective delivery and success of these zones. And that's why I'm delighted that today we have the ministries of finance, Minister of Agriculture, Livestock, Trade, Industry and Investment, and the Ministry of Environment, of course, Water Resources. Other agencies of government, such as the Nigerian Export Processing Zone Agency, the Nigerian Customs, Nigerian Revenue Service, should all support this to make it easier to have a one-stop shop for incentives, customs clearance, and tax incentives for tenant investors in the zones. Fourth, to ensure continuity for all eventual 36 special agro-industrial processing zones in Nigeria, it is necessary, Mr. Vice President, to codify them in legislation by an act of the National Assembly. And finally, to ensure effective coordination and delivery of these zones across Nigeria, it is critical to establish and back this by the act of the National Assembly with the establishment of special agro-industrial processing zones. And Dr. Kabir has been working really hard, Professor Oyeyinka and my team have been working very hard on this. So as I close, I just want to say, Mr. Vice President, we must ensure that farmers are provided necessary support to access high-performing agricultural technologies, including seeds, fertilizers, irrigation, and mechanization services. The Bank of Industry and the recently recapitalized Bank of Agriculture, as well as commercial banks, must play critical roles to ensure that affordable financing is provided for agricultural value chains. Here, I would like to urge very strongly that the de-risking facility of the original NISAL, I'm proud to have developed with Sanusi Lamido, that original NISAL be reactivated to ensure that commercial banks can lend end-to-end to agricultural value chains. Today is indeed a great day for Kaduna State. It's a great day indeed for Nigeria. And as a Nigerian, I'm extremely proud. With the special agro-industrial processing zones, farms will thrive across Kaduna State in every local government. Food and agricultural processing companies will move to Kaduna State. The rural areas of Kaduna State will boom with economic activities, and Kaduna State will mark itself out, as always, as the leading center for agro-industrialization in Nigeria. Congratulations, Your Excellency, Mr. Vice President. Congratulations to you, Your Excellency, Governor Uba Sani. Congratulations to the government of Kaduna State. Congratulations to the good people of Kaduna State. Congratulations to the federal government of Nigeria and the people of Nigeria. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and build the special agro-industrial zones, and do so fast. The African Development Bank and all the partners will strongly support you. Together, let us use the special agro-industrial processing zones to unlock the full agricultural and food processing and manufacturing capacity of Nigeria. May God bless this work. May God make Nigeria and Kaduna State to prosper. Thank you very much. I'm grateful.
Thank you. Please let us give a very big round of applause to the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Adeomi Adeshina. Please let us give him a very big round of applause. Let us give him a very big round of applause. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Your Excellencies, the giant achievement of the Kaduna State government under the able leadership of Senator Uba Sani in the agricultural sector is not by accident. His Excellency, our amiable governor, have done a lot of things to make Kaduna the hub of agricultural industrialization, not just in northern Nigeria, but in Nigeria as a whole. Today, courtesy of His Excellency's leadership, Kaduna State is #1 in maize and tomato production and #2 in wheat production in the entire country. And I think that deserves a round of applause. That deserves a round of applause. Your Excellencies, His Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, distributed for the first time in the history of our state, at one time, 500 trucks of almost 120,000 beneficiaries, households that benefit from fertilizer from the state government. It is now time to invite for his remark the People's Governor, the development-oriented governor, Doctor of Entrepreneurship Honoris Causa, award-winning Best Governor of the Year, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Dr. Obasani. Please let us give His Excellency a round of applause.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, my boss and leader, distinguished Senator Kashin Shettima, GSON, Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Mohammed Namadi Sambo, GSON, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabwa Balarabe, my friend and brother, the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshina, and your dear wife, members of African Development Bank here present and other development partners, the Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, my brother, Senator Abubakar Kari, Honorable Minister of Finance, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary here, Honorable Minister of Environment, our very own, Malam Balarabe Lawal Abbas, Honorable Minister of State for Industries, Senator John Eno, distinguished Senator Suleiman Hunkwi, other members of the National Assembly here present. I will also recognize my brother, Senator Danjumala, who is also here with us. The Speaker of Kaduna State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Yusuf Dahiri Liman, and other members of Kaduna State House of Assembly here present. Honorable Commissioners and other members of Kaduna State Executive Council here present. The Emir of Zazzau, His Royal Highness Ambassador Ahmed Nuhu Bamali, CON, and other royal fathers here present. The Chairman, Governing Board, Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Malang Hamisi Yusuf Abubakar, serving and former local government chairmen here present, head of agencies, parastatal and other senior government officials here present, representatives of Kaduna business community here present, representatives of farmers associations here present, members of the press, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense joy and gratitude that I welcome you all to this historic occasion, the groundbreaking ceremony for the Kaduna State Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone, SAPZ. The SAPZ is a huge investment that is all about transforming agriculture into high-value economic sector that will create jobs, attract investment, and position Kaduna as a major player in Nigeria's industrial and trade landscape. Let me begin by expressing my deepest appreciation to His Excellency, the Vice President, Senator Kashin Shettima, GSON, for his presence here today. Senator Kashin Shettima, the Vice President, has been the leading light in this very important project. And I can say, without his leadership, we wouldn't be here today launching this very important project. The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, with Your Excellency as a key pillar, the Vice President, has demonstrated unwavering commitment to Nigeria's economic transformation. We are honored to have you here to lead this milestone event. I must also extend my profound gratitude to a true champion of Africa's agricultural renaissance, my friend and brother, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina Siwayan, President of the African Development Bank. Your leadership and dedication to agricultural transformation have been a source of inspiration. The African Development Bank's partnership has been instrumental in making this project reality, and Kaduna State will forever be grateful to you. And at this junction, I would like to say, history and posterity will be kind to you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, agriculture is the backbone of Kaduna State economy, contributing 42% of our gross domestic product and employing 60% of our workforce. Recognizing this strategic importance, we have made it the cornerstone of our development agenda. Over the past 2 years, we have backed our commitment with unprecedented investment. In the year 2023 budget we inherited, agriculture received just 1.4 billion naira, a mere 0.4% of the state budget. However, in 2024, we increased this to 23.4 billion, a 1,473% jump. In the year 2025, we took it even further, approving 74.2 billion for agriculture, representing over 10% of the state budget. In total, between 2023 to 2025, agricultural investment has grown by an astonishing 4,000%, making Kaduna State the first in Nigeria to achieve the Malabo Declaration target of allocating at least 10% of public resources to agriculture. Beyond financial commitments, we have matched words with action. Last year, we carried out the largest fertilizer distribution exercise in the history of Kaduna State, delivering over 500 trucks of fertilizer to smallholder farmers across the state free. This intervention has improved soil fertility, increased crop yields, and strengthened food security. But we do not stop there. Under our dry season agricultural empowerment program that was launched recently, we have distributed hundreds of thousands of bags of NPK and urea fertilizers, hundreds of power tillers, thousands of knapsack sprayers, and solar power pumps, as well as hundreds of tractors to ensure all year-round farming. We have also provided high-quality seeds and agrochemicals helping farmers maximize their productivity in Kaduna State. Furthermore, security remains a top priority for our administration, and we have made significant strides in restoring peace and stability across Kaduna State through the Kaduna model. Through strengthened collaboration with security agencies, and deployment of technology-driven surveillance systems and increased logistic support for law enforcement, we have significantly reduced incidents of banditry, kidnappings, and communal conflicts. Our investment in rural security have made farmland safer, allowing farmers to cultivate without fear. As a result, agricultural productivity is increasing, businesses are regaining confidence, and investors are once again seeing Kaduna as a viable destination. In fact, the choices are the most viable investment destination in northern Nigeria. Today, with the launch of Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone SCPZ, we are taking the next critical step, moving agriculture beyond primary production into processing, value addition, and industrialization. The Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zone project is a strategic partnership between the federal government of Nigeria, the Kaduna State government, and the African Development Bank. It is a unique government-enabled private sector-led initiative designed to catalyze the growth of the agro-industrial sector, enhance food security, and contribute to the overall economic growth of Kaduna State and Nigeria. By providing critical agro-industrial infrastructure and strengthening market linkages, this initiative bridges agriculture and industries, ensuring sustainable economic expansion. The SAPZ is a game changer. It is designed to integrate agricultural production, processing, and marketing by concentrating agro-industrial activities in key locations. The Agricultural Transformation Center in Dusonway, Kuba local government, will provide essential infrastructure for crop aggregation, processing, and storage, particularly for key value chains such as maize, tomatoes, and ginger. Meanwhile, the agro-industrial hub in Akitakos Chukwu local government, strategically located along the Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, will serve as a nucleus for agro-processing industries, logistics services, and export-oriented businesses. By clustering these activities, we will reduce post-harvest losses, improve efficiency, create thousands of jobs, and drive economic growth across multiple sectors. Apart from the numerous domestic advantages, this project will position Kaduna State as a major player in the export market, especially with the African Continental Free Zone area. With the right infrastructure in place, our farmers and agro-processors will have access to larger markets, enabling Kaduna agricultural products to compete on the regional and global scale. Ladies and gentlemen, the SAPZ is a catalyst for broad-based economic transformation. It will stimulate investment in agro-industrial industries, strengthen market linkages, and drive industrialization of Kaduna State. The multiplier effect will be profound. Thousands of direct and indirect jobs will be created, rural economies will rise, and economic activities will be significantly boosted across the state. I must take this opportunity to once again appreciate the African Development Bank for believing in our vision and providing the necessary support to make it a reality. Dr. Adeshina, your passion for Africa's agricultural transformation is legendary, and we are honored to be a part of this great initiative. I also thank the Federal Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, the Kaduna State Minister of Agriculture, and all our partners who have worked tirelessly to bring us to this point. As we perform the groundbreaking for this important project, today I urge all stakeholders, farmers, investors, agro-processors, policymakers to fully embrace this opportunity. This is a collective effort, and its success depends on our commitment and collaboration. Our farmers must take advantage of the support structures we are providing to enhance productivity. The private sector must step forward to invest in the value addition and agro processing. And our young people must recognize agriculture as a viable and profitable career path, not just an occupation of last resort. Today, we are not just launching a project, we are building a future where Kaduna State is a hub for agricultural excellence, industrial innovation, and global trade. A future where our farmers are empowered, our industries are thriving, and our state is leading Nigeria's agricultural transformation. Together, let's use this moment and turn Kaduna State into a model for agribusinesses driving economic growth. Thank you, and may God bless Kaduna State and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Please let us give our Governor, His Excellency Senator Dr. Obasani, a very big round of applause. Please let us appreciate His Excellency, the People's Governor and the development-oriented Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Dr. Obasani. It is now time to invite for his remark the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Please let us appreciate His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON.
Your Excellency, the former Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Architect Mohammed Namadi Sambo, GCON. Your Excellency, the Governor of Kaduna State, Senator Obasani. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Kaduna State, Dr. Hadiza Sabwa Balarabe. President, African Development Bank Group, simply one of our best, Dr. Akinwumi Adeshina and his spouse Yemisi, and other officials of the bank, and our esteemed financing partners from the Islamic Development Bank and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, and of course, my very good friend, Professor Oye Banji, Oye Laran, Oye Inka. The Deputy Chief of Staff to the President, Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadeja, and other presidential aides present. My colleagues in the Federal Executive Council, Agriculture and Food Security Minister Abubakar Kyari, Minister of Environment Malam Balarabe Abbas Lawal, Honorable Minister of State for Trade and Industry, Senator John Owen Eno, representative of the Minister of Finance and coordinating Minister of the Economy. Mai Martaba Sarkin Zazzau, Ambassador Ahmed Nuhu Bamalli, and other traditional rulers present here, the Managing Director of the Bank of Agriculture, the Executive Secretary of the NIPC, current and former members of the National Assembly, Senator Suleiman Hunkwi, and Senator Danjuma La, who incidentally has the title of Shetiman Jaba, the chairman of NIMASA, the Honorable Speaker, Kaduna State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Yusuf Dahiru Liman, and all the members of the Kaduna State House of Assembly, members of the Kaduna State Executive and Security Council present here, National Coordinator SAPZ, Dr. Kabiru Yusuf, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The potential that this nation bears in agriculture can never be brought to life if we stick with the old ways of processing our produce. We cannot afford to be chained to outdated systems while the world moves with urgency towards innovation. This gathering, therefore, is more than symbolic. It is an intervention. It is a place to offer our farmers across the value chain a sense of security. It is an assurance to our nation that we are prepared to build the infrastructure that will make true the promise of food security. So I'm deeply honored to join you all in witnessing this history. Kaduna State, as we all know, is no stranger to leadership in this space. It is without doubt an enduring proof of Nigeria's vast agricultural and agro-industrial potential. The sheer abundance of arable land and natural resources in this state places it firmly on the front line of our agricultural revolution. Yet, for too long we have been held back. The dream of agro-industrialization has been haunted by inadequate access to finance and markets, limited infrastructure, and substandard agro-processing environments. These challenges have frustrated the efforts of our farmers and stunted the growth of our rural economy. But today, we turn the tide. The establishment of the Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones program is not just a solution, it is a strategy. It fosters an environment where innovation and technology are not merely buzzwords, but real tools for transformation. Here, farmers will collaborate with private investors and entrepreneurs. Here, sustainable agribusiness linkages will drive increased productivity, enhance value addition, and spur enduring private sector development. Dr. Adeshina has been pursuing this dream for the past 15 years, and dreams, when persistent, are capable of turning into realities. He's simply one of our best, pregnant with ideas, and is someone whom I can pay to spend time with. As I said earlier, Dr. Adeshina, we are most grateful for your commitment, and most importantly, for your resilience. These zones will become catalysts for economic growth, sparking peri-urban development, generating thousands of jobs, and lifting communities from the valley of history to the mountain of glory. They will create opportunities for our young people, empowering them with skills and knowledge to engage in meaningful work and contribute actively to the economy. The youth of Nigeria must not be spectators in the economy. They must be stakeholders, builders, and shapers of their own futures. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, let me inform you that this SAPZ has been classified as one of the priority projects by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. This isn't just about bricks and mortar. It is about people. It is about the resilience of our farmers, the ingenuity of our processors and entrepreneurs, and the commitment of our government and development partners to build a future that works for everyone. What we are breaking today is not just ground. It is the foundation for a new agro-industrial processing ecosystem that will serve generations to come. Of course, the success of this initiative hinges on collaboration between the federal government, the state government, our international development partners, the private sector, and our communities. We must work together to ensure that what we are witnessing in Kaduna State today serves as a model for other states across the country. At this point, I must express the nation's deep appreciation to all those who have worked tirelessly to take this project from vision to the crux of reality. In particular, we acknowledge the steadfast support of the international development partners, the African Development Bank, the Islamic Development Bank, and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. You have not only believed in our vision, but you have stood beside us in the trenches, and we remain grateful. I must also commend the Honorable Minister of Agriculture for his leadership in removing all implementation bottlenecks, and the National Coordinator for his commitment and perseverance in driving the day-to-day execution of the program. Of course, we must commend Senator Ubasani, who placed development, the interests of the people, above politics. Chukun local government was one of the local governments we lost in the last election. But he's talking about governance. He's talking about inclusivity. And he felt a compelling need that this project must be sited in Chukun local government area. Your Excellency, we are most grateful for your vision, for your generosity of spirit, for your inclusivity, and for your magnanimity. The promise of this day marks a new era, an era of action, an era of enterprise, an era of transformation for Kaduna State and for Nigeria. And I must say, I am not surprised that Kaduna is a front runner in the implementation of the SAPZ program. With a tenacious and result-oriented governor at the helm, I'm confident that under his leadership, we'll soon witness a fully operational zone, bustling with tenant processors and producing to feed not only our people, but our ambition as a nation. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you. And this is to now invite His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, and all other Excellencies and Highnesses, Honorable Ministers, members of the Federal Executive Council, to the groundbreaking ceremony. Give me hand mic, hand mic, give me hand mic. Okay. His Excellency, the Executive Governor, will join the Vice President for the cutting of ribbon and the ground breaking.
my singular honor and privilege to cherish for the groundbreaking ceremony of the special agro-industrial processing zone here in Kaduna on Tuesday, 8th April 2020, to the glory of God and for service to humanity.
Thank you very much.